Welcome to the Whurthy Services training video series. This is Module 2, the Service Provider's Experience. In this sixth video, we're going to walk through My Bookings. We're going to start with how Whurthy has been designed to be mobile first. So we're going to show Whurthy Services inside a browser window simulating a smartphone form factor, such as an Apple iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy phone. Then we're going to look at how a service provider can check My Sessions, remembering that the word session as a label can be changed to appointment or whatever terminology that you use. So we'll walk through how a service provider can check their sessions, and then we'll introduce the cancel bookings page. So you may notice that the page looks a little bit different because rather than showing a full desktop size browser window, I'm just showing a smaller browser window that's simulating how Whurthy Services will display on a smaller form factor device. Research has shown that nearly 2/3 of visitors to websites visit websites on their mobile phones, on their smartphones. So with that in mind, we really wanted to make sure that Whurthy Services would be accessible regardless of where you're at. And so no greater example of this seems appropriate than to look at what the service provider's experience may be when it comes to accessing Whurthy Services through their smartphone. So the scenario that we want to explore today is a service provider has woken up and they feel very ill. And so there's going to be this unexpected or unanticipated absence. In effect, they can't come into work because they've got the flu or they've got something that's preventing them from coming in. I've just woken up. It's early in the morning. I've picked up my phone from the side stand and I log into Whurthy Services. And when I do that, I would then land on the home page. In mobile responsive applications, there are some things that look a little bit different. You may notice at the top of the page, there isn't a navigation bar. What we actually have in the top right-hand corner is what's known as the hamburger. And so this little box with the 3 horizontal lines, we click on that. I'm going to click on session management. So this is going to bring up exactly the same links that we would see on that Whurthy links sidebar on the right-hand side. And so now I'm going to go down and click on My Sessions. If you are a staff member, but you don't have a therapist record associated to your account, then this link My Sessions won't appear. This only displays to those staff members that are also service delivery providers. So this is showing because I have my account associated with a therapist record. And so now I'm on my own detailed page. However, when I look at the therapist details page, I can see the contact information, and then I can see the 4 buttons that we have seen before. And we're going to look at this cancel bookings button shortly, but I'm going to scroll down. And because I'm logged in and Whurthy knows that I am this therapist, it's presenting my bookings to me. So I can look at this, and if I were waking up, I would see, oh, that's a good thing. I've only got 1 appointment, 4:30 p.m., but you might have 10 or more appointments, and it will all be listed there. And then beneath that, it will then show you all of the other bookings going out over the next 30 days. So I can click on these links and I can take a look at the details. But in this case, I'm going to focus on the scenario that I've looked at this and I've realized, oh, well, first of all, I now know that what bookings I have and at what time. So I may make the decision at this point, well, okay, maybe I'll feel better. Maybe maybe it's just a brief thing and I'm not feeling well, but I'll pick up. Or maybe I'll decide, no, I'm going to take the day off and I'm going to cancel my bookings. And that's exactly what this button is for. So when we click on this, there's a bit of information that comes forward. First of all, we can see some instructions. So these instructions will change depending on how things are set up. First of all, there is a global setting called approval workflows active, and that can be set to yes or to no. In this demonstration environment, it's set to no. So as a result, when the cancel bookings workflow is started, then it triggers a task where the person who is identified as the cancellation coordinator gets to review all of the bookings and then gets to make a decision as to whether or not automated notifications and cancellations will be sent out, or if they will take care of it manually. If approval workflows are active, they're set to yes, in other words, then there will actually be an approval task ahead of that. Now, we're going to dive into the approval workflows in much more detail in another video. But I just wanted to give you a sense of right now, the way that this environment is set up is that approval workflows active is set to no, because that's ideal for smaller organizations where there's one or two service providers and there isn't, say, a management hierarchy where you would want to have someone approving requests for hosts canceling their bookings. But if you are the boss of your own business, then you would set those approval workflow active to no, because you are the boss. So if you initiate the cancel booking workflow, for example, then you've already approved your own activity by virtue of you initiating the cancel booking. I hope that makes sense. If you're not clear on that, don't worry. We will come back to this and we'll actually show the workflow in much more detail. Underneath this, it then gives me some detailed instructions. I need to select a starting and end date and then enter the cancellation reason. And then once I submit the cancellation request, Whurthy will assign a task to the cancellation coordinator to either initiate automated notifications and cancellations or to manage these activities manually. So if you are a one-person shop, then you would be the cancellation coordinator. So in effect, you would initiate the cancel booking and then you would get a task and then you could trigger the automated notifications and cancellations. So within the space of maybe 3 or 4 clicks lying in bed, you could literally have Whurthy take care of canceling everyone's booking for the day, sending them an automated email with the cancellation reason you'd sent in, and actually blocking any further appointments being made for the day because it would mark you as not being available. And then when you're ready, you click Submit Cancellation Request. Finally, we're going to take a look at one more feature in this video. So I'm going to click on the hamburger, and then I'm going to click on Session Management, and then I'm going to click on Canceled Sessions. Again, remembering that the word sessions may change. But here now we're into this page, we can see we've got one canceled booking in here. And so this page will grow over time. However, at the top, you have the ability to search from, to, by a therapist, and by a location. So this just allows you then, for example, if you've come in, you've realized, okay, I've got an unexpected absence today. You trigger the cancel bookings. You then run the task to have Whurthy take care of automatically canceling all of the bookings for you for that day and notifying everyone. Then you can actually double check after that's done fairly quickly. It won't take long. It would certainly be done if you are the person dealing with the task. It will be done as soon as you mark that task as ready to proceed. If it needed to be approved, obviously that would require another human being to approve that task and then the cancellation coordinator to do the work. But this ability just allows you then to double check, oh, does Whurthy actually show those sessions as cancelled? And then as I indicated, when customers come in and try and book you, or if staff try and book you for a customer, they won't even see you as being available on that day. And so that concludes the review of my bookings. Whurthy, value made easy.